Hi, Sean Kosofsky here, the Nonprofit Fixer with the Nonprofit Fixer YouTube channel. Normally these videos are to give you insights and tips and tactics, techniques, all sorts of advice around board leadership, fundraising, and nonprofit issues in general. Today, we're going to be talking about how to fire a nonprofit board member. So, of course, board members don't work there at the nonprofit, or else they should not be working there. And in some ways, they're sort of the owner of the corporation, right? But you can, metaphorically, fire them. The board can ask them to leave. The board can even sometimes require them to leave. The staff can't really do this. But if you need to get a board member out, there are some tips and some techniques and some strategies to help you with this. So first off, a board member is in some ways protected by the bylaws of the organization. So one of the first things you'll want to look at if you need to remove a board member is whether your bylaws allow it. Most bylaws of most organizations in all parts of the country have some kind of mechanism for removing a board member. Sometimes it's a vote of no confidence, like, oh, this person has just completely lost our confidence, you're out. It could be that if you just don't show up after a number of times, a number of meetings, you're by default out. In other situations, it might just be that you require a supermajority of the board to take an action on another board member. Look at your state, look at your bylaws. There's probably some mechanism there. But first and foremost, you will want to make sure that your bylaws provide for this. If you try voting someone off the board and you can't, they could stay and then they could be angry. So in many cases, if someone is being voted off the board, they know it's time to go and they're going to go. But every now and then you do have someone who doesn't want to go, or there's a power play or some kind of campaign happening and someone really wants to stay. So make sure that your bylaws are in place and ready to go to be able to remove someone. And then you'll also want to make sure that you count your votes. You want to make sure that you have enough support for this and that you've really talked to everyone, because if you swing for someone and you miss, it could be really messy. So if you're going to build support for something as strong and as severe as a removal, make sure you have the votes. Firing a bad board member is more important than firing a bad staff member, because board members can really take down an entire organization. They can impact morale. They could even get rid of the executive director if they were dangerous enough. So in many ways, you really need to make sure bad board members, not just lazy board members, but really bad board members, are out. I have a video of me creating a script on ChatGPT. So down below in the description section, you will find a link to a blog post where I talk about all of the stuff I'm talking about here, and I give you a video from ChatGPT where I show you how to create a script on how to fire a board member. Really helpful, really useful. You can just steal that. So when should you be removing a board member? You can remove a board member when there is malfeasance. So if they have done something really horrible, like misconduct, or if they have brought disrepute to the organization. Maybe they have shown really poor judgment, or took a position in the media, or got arrested, something that really damaged the reputation of the organization. You see all of these big athletes and sports brands sometimes ending their relationship with each other because the person brought ill repute to the brand. So maybe a soccer player did something bad and Pepsi drops them, right? That happens. Or if the board member has undermined the mission, that's another reason to vote a board member out, or ask them politely to leave because they have done something that is undermining the mission, the core reason why the organization is there. Breaking the law, normally that would follow under malfeasance or misconduct. Also, incompetence. If someone on the board was supposed to be reviewing the financials and gave bad or wrong information to the board, and then they made bad decisions, it even opened up risk or lawsuits or something like that. Total incompetence. Not just, oh, I'm a bad board member, or I don't know how to read financial statements. Like something that really rose to the level of putting the organization's reputation or finances at risk. It's that kind of incompetence. Or the person's just missing in action. They're not responding to emails or calls. They're not showing up for meetings. That is grounds to have them removed or put their attendance on pause, something like that. And there are different ways to fire a board member. You can fire them. You can ask them to leave. You can coach them into a different position. You can even say to a board member, we don't think this is the right role for you. we think you should just be on a board committee because the board members are ones who are doing X, Y, and Z, and you're not really doing those. So maybe you could just be on a board committee. Or maybe you could join the staff, or maybe you could be a consultant. But needing a board member to be at the highest possible level of commitment is really what's important. So you can invite them to go, coach them out, fire them. All of these different ways are things you can do. And then check out the video and the blog post down below for sample scripts and a video having me show you how to do this. So thank you for this. If this is helpful or useful in building up your confidence in eliminating or getting rid of a threat to the board function by having a bad board member leave, then give me a like down below and subscribe to my channel, and you'll get more videos like this served up to you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.